the Netherlands' recent decision to acquire 15 Mjölner, 120mm self-propelled mortar systems from Sweden's BAE Systems Hägglunds marks a decisive moment in the modernization of the Royal Netherlands Army. Announced in mid-2024, the contract calls for integration of these systems onto surplus CV-90 infantry fighting vehicle hulls, with deliveries expected to be completed by 2028. This development has been largely welcomed within the Dutch defense community, not only as a technical upgrade, but as a strategic signal of how the Netherlands envisions its role in NATO and in European security more broadly. Before we continue, if you find this perspective valuable, consider subscribing, sharing, or supporting our work. Your engagement enables us to continue producing timely and critical assessments of Europe's security landscape. At the technical level, Mjölner represents a leap in capability compared to the Netherlands' current mortar systems. The Royal Netherlands Army has long relied on 81mm mortars, often deployed from Fennec reconnaissance vehicles, which require soldiers to dismount and operate outside the vehicle. This exposes crews to risk and slows down response times. By contrast, the Swedish-designed Mjölner mounts twin 120mm mortars in a turreted configuration on the CV-90 chassis. The system is capable of firing up to 16 rounds per minute, with an effective range between 7 and 12 kilometers. More importantly, it offers the ability to shoot and scoot. Fire missions can be executed within moments of halting, and the vehicle can reposition within roughly 1 minute of firing. This dramatically increases survivability on a modern battlefield, saturated with counter-battery radars and precision-guided munitions. Strategically, the decision to acquire Mjölner reflects a broader trend in Dutch defense planning. The Netherlands has been steadily investing in new capabilities across all domains. Leopard 2A8 main battle tanks, Tomahawk cruise missiles, new multifunctional support ships, and the Orca-class submarine program. The purchase of Mjölner fits neatly into this pattern, emphasizing not only firepower, but also mobility and protection for ground forces. By equipping the 43rd Mechanized Brigade and elements of the 11th Airmobile Brigade with these mortars, the Royal Netherlands Army ensures that its mechanized infantry retains modern, highly responsive indirect fire support, something NATO planners have repeatedly identified as a critical shortfall in Europe. From Sweden's perspective, this deal carries equal weight. Saab and BAE Systems Hägglunds have positioned Mjölner as a cost-effective, rapidly deployable solution for NATO ground forces. By securing the Dutch contract, Stockholm not only reinforces its defense industrial footprint in Northern Europe, but also demonstrates that Swedish systems can integrate seamlessly with Allied structures. For Swedish audiences, this is a powerful validation. The very weapon that strengthens Sweden's own brigades will now serve with a close NATO ally, enhancing interoperability in the Baltic and North Sea regions. There is also a symbolic layer to this acquisition. The Netherlands and Sweden have recently deepened their defense cooperation, from agreements on intelligence sharing to joint procurement initiatives. The C-390 transport aircraft deal, managed by the Dutch on behalf of Sweden and Austria, showed how smaller European states can pool resources for efficiency. The Mjölner contract is the mirror image. Here it is Sweden providing a system that the Netherlands sees as indispensable for its ground forces. In both cases, the result is the same. A stronger, more integrated European defense network where mid-sized nations complement one another rather than compete. The strategic calculus behind Mjölner is further shaped by NATO's evolving operational environment. Russian artillery dominance in Ukraine has underscored the importance of rapid, protected, and accurate indirect fire. The Netherlands, by selecting Mjölner, signals that it has learned this lesson well. Unlike traditional towed or manually operated mortars, turreted self-propelled systems combine mobility with protection, a capability gap that had been evident in Dutch formations for years. In effect, the Netherlands is moving closer to the standard set by Sweden, where Mjölner already equips several mechanized units and has proven its worth in exercises across Scandinavia. Yet beyond the battlefield, the deal also highlights the Netherlands' long-term vision for its defense industry and alliance commitments. While the Mjölner itself is Swedish, the integration process will involve Dutch firms supplying subsystems, electronics, and support elements. This approach ensures that the contract not only strengthens the army, but also bolsters the national defense industrial base. In a political climate where defense spending is scrutinized, the ability to generate domestic economic value is crucial for sustaining public support. For Sweden, the export of Mjölner is equally strategic. Stockholm has made no secret of its ambition to expand defense exports, not only to traditional partners like Finland, but also to fellow NATO members further west. The Netherlands, with its strong reputation inside NATO, acts as a multiplier. Once the Royal Netherlands Army fields Mjölner, the system's credibility across the alliance increases. This is a subtle but important point for Swedish audiences. Their domestic investments in systems like the CV-90, Gripen, and now Mjölner are increasingly shaping the wider NATO arsenal. Critics may argue that 15 systems are too few to make a decisive difference. Indeed, compared to the hundreds of artillery systems fielded by larger NATO armies, the Dutch order appears modest. Yet numbers tell only part of the story. For a force the size of the Royal Netherlands Army, 15 Mjölner-equipped CV-90s significantly improve organic fire support capacity at the brigade level. Moreover, their interoperability with Swedish and Finnish CV-90 fleets creates synergies that extend beyond national borders. When deployed in joint exercises or operations, Dutch units will now be able to integrate seamlessly with their Nordic counterparts, amplifying the collective deterrent effect in Northern Europe. From a strategic viewpoint, the Mjölner acquisition also reflects a philosophical alignment between the Netherlands and Sweden. Both nations understand that modern defense is not solely about heavy platforms like frigates or fighters, but about achieving balance, integrating mobile, survivable systems that can deliver precision firepower at the right moment. By investing in Mjölner, the Netherlands aligns itself with Sweden's emphasis on flexibility, cost-effectiveness, and the ability to operate effectively in Europe's varied terrain, from the Baltic littorals to the open plains. Looking ahead, the true impact of the Mjölner deal will be measured not only in the vehicles delivered, but in the doctrine and training that follow. The Netherlands must adapt its operational concepts to fully exploit the system's capabilities, integrating Mjölner into combined arms maneuvers and NATO's rapid reaction frameworks. If implemented effectively, this purchase will be remembered not just as an upgrade, but as a turning point in how the Royal Netherlands Army conceives of fire support in the 21st century. For Sweden, the implications are equally promising. Each successful export strengthens its defense industrial ecosystem, ensuring that systems like the CV-90 and Mjölner remain viable and competitive. More importantly, It cements Sweden's reputation as a reliable partner whose designs contribute directly to NATO's operational readiness. In conclusion, the Mjölner deal is more than a contract for 15 mortar vehicles. It is a convergence of Dutch strategic foresight and Swedish defense innovation, a testament to how mid-sized European powers can shape their security environment through smart, collaborative procurement. For the Netherlands, it ensures that ground forces will not be left behind in the era of rapid, protected firepower. For Sweden, it reinforces the value of its defense industry and its role within NATO. And for NATO as a whole, it demonstrates how integration among allies, large and small, creates strength greater than the sum of its parts. If you value this kind of in-depth analysis of European defense, we encourage you once again to support our work, whether by subscribing, sharing with colleagues, or engaging with our community. Together, we can keep a clear eye on the evolving security challenges of our time.